St. County 911. What's the location of the emergency?
Yes, please send someone to house my children. They're trying to kill me.
It's a frantic call for help from a mother who says she and her husband were attacked by their own sons.
They're trying to strangle us and shoot us, and they put Xanax in our food, and they thought we were asleep.
Police say Yvonne and Zachary Ervin were beaten inside this home near Atlanta Saturday morning.
They tried to attack us. They beat me up. They beat him up. They're trying to kill us. Please.
Okay, the children are 17 and 22.
Yes.
Yvonne tells the dispatcher she was able to escape upstairs to her bedroom after her husband distracted their two sons, Cameron and Christopher Ervin.
They're in the house. They're trying to attack my husband. He's made it to the garage and just trying to blow the horn to distract, get our neighbors' attention. And I was able to get up to the phone and call you.
Are you in your room?
Yes, I am, but I don't know if they're going to find me.
What room are you in?
I'm in my top upstairs bedroom.
And the children are still in the garage?
Yes, they're trying to attack my husband. I don't know.
Do you hear what's going on?
They have a shotgun.
Zachary Ervin told police his 17-year-old son Cameron hit him in the head with a shotgun. An officer later found a bloody shotgun on a bed in a basement bedroom. According to police documents, Cameron Ervin told an officer, quote, "Just kill me now," adding, "I tried to kill my effing parents. Who does that?" In the 911 call, Cameron's mother hints at a possible motive for the attack.
I don't know why they've done this. I really don't. I guess they assume they want the insurance money. I'm not sure.
The call lasts about 5 minutes and ends with chilling silence.
I want you to lock your door, okay?
I just heard them say, "Where did Mom go?" They headed upstairs now.
Hello?
The police are on their way. It's on their way.
Hello? Hello? Hello, ma'am?
Yvonne Ervin is back home tonight. Her husband, Zachary, who suffered the brunt of the attack, is still in the hospital. He is listed in fair condition. Authorities say the motive behind the attack is still unclear, though they do believe both brothers intended to kill their parents.
Georgia couple whose two sons allegedly drugged and brutally attacked them in their home. This case drawing national attention, especially after these parents publicly forgave their sons. It's still a mystery why the sons did it, and they have not entered a plea and have not been convicted of anything. We spoke to Yvonne and Zachary Ervin just moments ago, but first, a look at their story.
Please send someone to house my children. They're trying to kill me.
It's the chilling 911 call that stunned the nation.
My husband has distracted them, and I was just able to get to the phone. Please hurry.
An unimaginable scenario. 22-year-old Christopher Ervin and his 17-year-old brother Cameron allegedly attacking their parents, and police say attempting to burn down their suburban Atlanta home.
Okay, how did they try and kill you, ma'am?
They're trying to strangle us and shoot us, and they put Xanax in our food, and they thought we were asleep. They tried to attack us.
Minutes later, police arrived, discovering Zachary Ervin stabbed and covered in blood. The 50-year-old reportedly telling them his son hit him on the head with a shotgun. His wife, Yvonne, found lying beside their bed, badly beaten.
She not been able to make that 911 call. It's very uncertain what would have happened.
The sons, now behind bars, charged with 2 counts of felony aggravated assault and first-degree arson. Both will be tried as adults, facing as many as 60 years in prison. This morning, despite the horror their sons put them through that night, Zachary and Yvonne say they are standing by their sons. And joining us now are Yvonne and Zachary Ervin. Good morning to you both. Thank you for being here. I know that you had to spend some time in the hospital. How are your wounds healing, both of you?
Well, for me, I'm doing a lot better, both physically and mentally. God has really been good to me and helped my wounds to heal fast. I still have, a couple of little scars here and there, but for the most part, they're healing really well.
Zachary, you spent the most time in the hospital.
Yep, and I'm healing fine. God has truly worked a miracle.
And I know you're here to deliver a message to people, but before we get to that, what happened? Can you tell us what happened?
Well, we don't know what happened. I mean, it's just our kids had one bad moment. It was one bad moment. And God will reveal in time to us and to the world, get all the answers, the questions answered, and things of that nature. But for now, we just need to focus on healing.
But you can understand people, especially watching at home, who have children.
Absolutely.
The question is why? Why? That comes over up again and again. Yvonne, were there any kind of signs, signals, anything? What was her behavior before this happened?
And that's the crazy part. Nothing. I mean, our children had prepared dinner for us the night before. That's why when in the call, I told you in the call that I found out during the whole process there had been Xanax put in our drinks. So we were drugged. We just didn't know what had happened. We didn't know. But we said we forgive our boys because that was totally out of character for them. They're not violent. They've never gotten in any type of trouble with violence.
No behavioral issues or drug issues or anything?
Just common teenagers.
As a teenager, they have issues with, cleaning their room and, having attitudes sometimes when you tell them to do something. Just like every family, I'm sure, experiences, but nothing that would indicate anything like this.
It was shocking to some people when the police report indicated that one of your sons said since the age of 11, he had been thinking of something like this, which makes some people speculate what was going on in the home for a child to having these thoughts for so long.
Again, we don't know. We just don't know.
Have you had a chance to communicate at all with your sons, to talk with them at all?
Yes.
And what have you said to them, and what have they said to you?
We communicated to our sons that we love them unconditionally. We told them that we forgive them. We told them to, as always, anytime there's an issue or something like that, I've always taught my sons that there's going to be consequences, whether it's something you do good or whether it's something you do bad. They had one bad moment.
And I know you're calling on the public, too, to hopefully be able to forgive your sons as you have.
Absolutely. People don't know our sons, so that may be easy for them to say, well, I can't forgive. But if it was, I ask people to just take it personally. What if it was your child? What if it was your son? What if it was your relative, your friend?
And you did say these types of actions lead to consequences. You said that. What do you feel the consequences should be for your sons?
That's up to God to determine that. I just pray for mercy.
You keep referring to it as one bad moment. There are people that are going to say that is putting it mildly. They attempted
it's not mildly.
To do what they did, to attack you as they did.
Right.
That's a bad moment.
Yeah, there's people who are incarcerated now that have had one bad day. There are people who, are put in certain situations to where, rage or something has caused them to have one bad moment. And that's why I keep saying it's one bad moment. By no means am I discounting what has happened. I look at my wife, I look at her scars, I look at, the things that happen. I look at me.
Your faith is remarkable, and your faith has certainly been tested. So the final message, Yvonne, that you want for people this morning?
Well, the final message, I think, for me is just, like I said, study the Word, because that's what's going to help you through any situation.
Well, Yvonne and Zachary, I know this is not an easy time for your family and for you to come forward and share your story as you have. We thank you. Thank you, and wish you all the best.
Thank you.
Going forward.
Thank you.
Two brothers were sentenced to 20 years in prison for trying to kill their parents last year.
First of all, I'd like to apologize
23-year-old Christopher Ervin and his 19-year-old brother Cameron pled guilty to 13 charges in connection with the crime at their Atlanta area home in September 2015, in which they allegedly drugged their parents Yvonne and Zachary, beat them, stabbed them, and tried to set the house on fire.
They were trying to strangle us and shoot us, and they put Xanax in our food, and they thought we were asleep. They tried to attack us. They beat me up. They beat him up. They're trying to kill us. I'm sorry.
This is their mother's chilling 911 call, a desperate attempt to save her life and her husband's. Despite the horror they went through, these parents have forgiven their boys and asked the judge for mercy.
I don't see myself as a victim. I'm a father first. Knew that there was something terribly that went wrong during this span, and I had no other choice but to forgive them.
The prosecution asked for 50 years, but the judge sentenced them to 20 years with 30 years of probation, and they will be eligible for parole after 10 years.
I'm extremely regretful.
These decisions are never easy for the court.
The brothers apologized, expressed remorse, and pled guilty to their crimes. They also expressed their love for their parents, who they will only be able to see when they come to visit them in prison.